November the 3rd, 1957. Everyone knows that Laïka was the first dog to travel in outer space. But do you really know her story and the story of the other space dogs? Dadzik, Tsigan, Malishka, Marina Anisina. The sacrifice and the efforts of all these dogs has long sunk into oblivion. One name stands the test of time: Laïka. October 1957. Khrushchev is determined to impress the Americans. He orders that a satellite with a living creature inside be launched. Laïka was chosen, a small stray dog from the streets of Moscow. Sputnik 2 must be ready before November, leaving the engineers only 3 weeks to build the spacecraft. 3 weeks for Laïka to be operational. The dog's training begins. Day after day, scientists analyze her heartbeat and breathing rhythm, as well as her blood pressure and her movements. According to engineers, the satellite will never be ready on time, but Khrushchev remains inflexible and the construction of the Sputnik continues without preliminary design and true reliability tests. Laïka is trained with drastic methods. At that time, the Soviet scientific rigor is a reference around the world. Laïka is not aware of it, but she is paving the way for humans in space. She is the first to undergo the heat and cold test, as well as the centrifuge one, the very test that senior pilots still dread so much today. Contrary to all expectations, the engineers meet the 3 weeks deadline. A fatal rush. From the beginning, everybody knows that Laïka will not be brought back. This mission is a one-way trip. The Russian scientists have planned to euthanize Laïka with poisoned food after 10 days. Laïka is put into the cabin 3 days before the departure.
Laïka! Hey, Laïka! Laïka!
And on the 3rd of November 1957 at 10:28 p.m., Sputnik 2 lifts off with a dog on board. In spite of turbulence, takeoff is a success. And as Laïka trustfully flies away from Earth, the Russians celebrate the success of this mission. They've just taken the lead over the Americans in the space race. Everything seems to be all right. But after being put into orbit, the satellite does not split off from its jet engines as originally expected. After a 5 hours flight, the temperature inside the cabin suddenly rises to 104 degrees. No further signs of life are received from the spacecraft. Laïka died 5 to 7 hours after launch from overheating and stress. On the 14th of April 1958, Laïka's coffin enters in the Earth's atmosphere. The more time passes, the more I'm sorry about it. We didn't learn enough from this mission to justify the death of the dog.
I'd look in your eyes, to be looking your way, one every day, to Jupiter and Mars, stand there when the stars, if I gotta stand in the rainbow, globe above to the shadow, stand there, girlie, take cover, turn up